Yeah, you can put it on there.
You guys haven't used it.
There's no point in it. It's not working yet.
Why? You need to go? You nervous?
So, we got Marty Reed is coming. Wanted to, we all clapped for you and said thank you, but now you're here.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, we're the Fire Breathing Dragons team. My name is Drew McGowan.
I'm Zachary Reed.
Ryan Flynn, student here.
And our client was the Water Pod. They're a nonprofit organization based out of New York, and they were working to create as sustainable as a community as possible on board a barge for not only educational value, but they were planning to do art on there for 6 months as well. And our contribution towards the Water Pod project was is a rainwater purification system. And we had several criteria which we were striving to meet with this rainwater purification system. Cost was one of the most important of these criteria because we were on a $300 budget and we needed to design something that was very cost effective. And function and water quality are also two very important criteria. We wanted them to be able to operate the system on board the barge pretty easily and have the system be able to provide clean water for them to drink and for them to water their hydroponic gardens with and such. And durability was also another important factor because we needed the filtration system to last for at least 6 months. And maintainability, we wanted it to be very easy for them to maintain. And Zach here is going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Okay, I'm going to explain the flow and filtration process of our system based on the PowerPoint as well as the actual system. The system right here as well as the PowerPoint is not to scale right now. We just have to be adjusted to the position on the water barge. So I'm going to start out explaining the 30 degree debris screen. And what it is the water is from the gutter, from the catchment system. Starts out in these screens. This is a 1/4 inch screen, and it's going to have a 1/16 of an inch screen on top of it. And the 30 degree angle gives it a self-cleaning. The water pushes the debris down the angle so that it's self-cleaning. And all the water is going to be going through that. Immediately, the first 3 gallons of the rain is going to go into the first flush system because as in streets and driveways, the first rainfall picks up all the dust instead of the bacteria from the fecal matter, etc. And so we're going to put the first 3 gallons of the first flush into here. And the way that works is that this little float with the rubber stopper is going to be inside here, and it's filled. There's bars in there to keep it at this level. And once that fills up, this float is going to float up to the top. And inside here, which I'm not taking apart right now, but there's a rubber gasket, and this seals to the gasket, and that prevents water from coming in. And also, the main part is prevents water from going back up through the system. And this also has a manual shut-off in it. If you go to the next slide. So this, and then this is the bottom of the first flush, and there's another ball valve which isn't present here. This gets discharged into the river. And you can go back to the slide, the first one. And then so once the water is diverted through the regular system, these are the 2 filters that it starts out with. And the first one is a 25 micron sediment filter, and that's just to get out the big pieces of sediment. And the second one is a 5 micron nominal carbon filter, which reduces chlorine, odor, and color. And then after the 2 filters, it enters a tank which is pressurized at 50 psi. And the pressure of that is going to pump the water up to the 12-foot tower. And from the tower, once the once the faucet is turned on, it opens the valve, and the water is going to go through the last ceramic filter, which is 0.2 microns, and that gets out the cysts, cryptosporidium, giardia, and turbidity, giving drinkable water to the people on board the water pump. And the filters we have, I don't know the name of them, but the way they work is they go in one way, and it fills up the bowl, and then the filters right here, and the water is forced from the pressure inside, and it comes out the other side. Pretty simple.
As you can see from this chart here, we split off our project into 5 different sections. The section we're speaking about today is Phase 5, the specification and design portion of our project. Phase 1 was just getting an objective statement, trying to come up with the basis of the idea of our project. Phase 2 was elaborating on that by doing research and basically gathering information from different sources. Phase 3 was taking what we learned from Phase 2 and creating different solutions to fulfill the ends of the project we need to meet. Phase 4 is the decision phase, in which we took our alternatives from Phase 3 and decided on which would best meet our criteria. And Phase 5, as I said, is the implementation of that. That's had the most time spent on it, 59 hours, and our total so far is 132 hours and counting. As you can see here, we've spent a different amount on various parts. PVC pipe and parts were several dozen different parts, and so individually they weren't very expensive. The most expensive thing on here was the filter housings at $39.95, but that was in a package of 3 of them online. So all in all, doing them separately would probably be more expensive, but in this case it wasn't too bad. Filters, the 0.2 filter was about $24, and the other 2 filters we got online. We actually have a spare 2 out there, and in total all 4 of those were $15 online, and that's about as expensive as parts of our project got.
Our operations and maintenance costs. Each of the 3 filters that have been used throughout our design project must be replaced every 6 months. That is the 2 sediment filters plus the 2 carbon filters, which is a total cost of $15.49 for a total of 4 filters. The 0.2 ceramic filter alone costs $27. The annual cost we have here is $69.49, which is roughly $43 per every 6 months, due to the fact that you get 4, which are going to last you a year. Our only maintenance to the design too is to empty out the first flush after every rainfall, and that's simply by releasing the valve, turning the valve to release the water. The reason our team chose our final design solution because it best fits our stated criteria. Here we have 4 stated criteria. Our total cost was $209.01, roughly under $90 of our budget. Our maintainability, very low maintenance, like I mentioned before, with the first flush and just replacing the filters every 6 months. Water quality, our filters are 3 filters, properly remove all the contaminants of the rainwater and human consumption. And our functionality, we have not tested the proper removal of the contaminants because we don't have rainwater, but we have tested the flow in the system from a roof with a water hose and flew through these first 2 filters. We haven't tested the last filter due to the pumping. And we'd also like to give a special thanks to Marty Reed, the Water Pod, for giving us this opportunity, Dustin Popnick for some information, and that's it. Thank you.